Yes, hi. Good morning, David. Yeah, definitely. We can clearly say that's a booster shot. And this is also the opinion of other countries. I would say even the WHO yesterday mentioned that one of its representatives, that the operation booster shot in Israel was proven to be successful. I mean, we can see that clearly in hospitals. We can see that clearly, in the daily number of cases that is dropping. Mainly the people in severe cases are mainly non-vaccinated. So I think that this was a good call. Question is, again, what are we going to do in the future? Because we have no information right now about the length or the effectiveness of this booster shot a long time.
And along those lines here, we've seen the virus ebb before. We've seen it go away at times. The country thought that we were over it. Where are the concerns in your mind for a return of another wave or new variants for that matter?
Yeah, so basically we are following variants all around the world. I would say that, we have three main concerns that we have to take into account. First is, of course, a new variant can pop up, anywhere in the world. Right now, the situation is paradoxically that it is only, the Delta variant is the dominant variant all around the world, but at some point there can be a variant of a variant, so that we are monitoring closely along with other countries. The second thing I would say is a booster shot effectiveness, for how long it will be effective, and we do not have enough information because we are the first in the world to do that. Third thing is, of course, we have still a large proportion of the population that is not vaccinated. I would say mainly kids, so we don't know how it will impact on future, I would say, contamination in Israel. And we are also dependent on what is happening in the world. So these are concerns that we have to take into account and be ready for a potential new wave.
Now, you mentioned two important points I want to follow up on here. The population of children under 12 years old, fully unvaccinated at this point. We know they've made up a large percentage of recent infections as well in the country. Thankfully, not too many serious cases here, at least statistically enough that hasn't been a crisis. But what about the vaccine for kids or further booster shots coming in for adults as well? Does all that seem to be around the corner?
Yeah, regarding vaccination of kids between 5 to 11, we should hear from the FDA at the end of the month, what they will decide. Again, right now, Israel is not really in a state of emergency compared to what we've been, a month ago, for example. But nevertheless, this is something we have to take into account. We need more information. It's very difficult to, we have right now, we have no information regarding the effectiveness of those vaccines and the safety, which is the most important thing for kids. Because I'll tell you the truth, kids are not a population, as you just mentioned, that is at risk. So the only, I would say, major incentive would be to immunize kids in order to prevent contamination of other populations. But again, if we have not, a high number of cases in Israel, I don't think we have to push for vaccination of kids. Regarding the booster shots, the next booster shot, et cetera, again, it's too early to say. If we don't know to what extent we'll be able to use repetitively mRNA vaccines. For example, we might need another type of vaccine, and Israel is looking into, different ways to immunize people. We shouldn't, I would say, only focus on this type of vaccination. We don't know, mRNA vaccines are for sure extremely successful. You see that in Israel. So we'll see what is going to happen with other potential vaccines and treatments. Thank you very much.